I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So in my last video, we read chapter 9, or finished chapter 9, the conquest of Jehu, how he slew Jehoram of Israel and Ahaziah of Judah, and he set himself up as king. Now, his conquest is not yet over. We will be finishing that in this video and the next one. I'm going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 10. I will be reading this in two videos, two readings. First one will be verses 1 through 17. Ahab's 70 sons slain. Jehu destroys house of Ahab and all the worshippers of Baal, but continues to worship the golden calves in Bethel and Dan. And Ahab had 70 sons in Samaria, and Jehu wrote letters and sent to Samaria unto the rulers of Jezreel, to the elders and to them that brought up Ahab's children, saying, Now, as soon as this letter cometh to you, seeing your master's sons are with you, and there are with you chariots and horses, a fenced city also, and armor, look even out the best and meetest of your master's sons, and set him on his father's throne, and fight for your master's house. So Jehu's being somewhat honorable here. He's sending this letter out saying, yeah, we've killed the king. You're with his sons, though. You want to uphold his house? Fine. I'll give you the time to pick out yourselves a new king, arm yourselves, prepare for battle, get ready, and we'll come and fight this out. He doesn't try to trick him into bringing the Ahab's sons to him to kill him, and he doesn't just go out there and attack him. He says, I'll give you time to get ready. Now remember, Jehoram was a son of Ahab, so we're not talking about Jehoram's children. We're talking about Jehoram's brothers and sisters, or brothers. Said he had 70 sons. So this is Jehoram's brothers here. Verse 4, But they were exceedingly afraid, and said, Behold, 2 kings stood not before him. How then shall we stand? And he that was over the house, and he that was over the city, the elders also, and the bringers up of the children, sent to Jehu, saying, We are thy servants, and will do all that thou shalt bid us. We will not make any king. Do thou that which is good in thine eyes. Then he wrote a letter the second time to them, saying, If ye be mine, and if ye will hearken unto my voice, take ye the heads of the men, your master's sons, and come to me to Jezreel by tomorrow this time. Now the king's sons, being 70 persons, were with the great men of the city, which brought them up. And it came to pass, when the letter came to them, that they took the king's sons, and slew 70 persons, and put their heads in baskets, and sent him them to Jezreel. So in other words, the Ahab's sons, from what I understand, Jezreel isn't a city, it's the palace of the king just outside of Samaria, I think. And that's where Jehu is. He conquered the castle, and he's riding into the city, sending these messages. Now, the king's sons, which would have been a fairly common practice, he has 70 sons. He's not going to be able to raise 70 sons himself. So he placed them with different noble families throughout the city to be raised and trained and taught how to be men in Israel. And these are the people that Jehu is sending the letter to. And they all say, look, we can't fight you. We don't want to fight you. So just tell us what to do. And he says, well, if you don't want to fight, then kill all those sons. And as proof, bring me their heads. And they do. Now, these are the families that these young men, or they're probably not young men anymore, they're probably 30s at least, but they do this, they kill them all. So Jehu doesn't go out and kill all of Ahab's family. He has all of Ahab's friends do it in order to save their own lives. Anyways, let us continue. Verse 8, And there came a messenger and told him, saying, They have brought the heads of the king's sons. And he said, Lay ye them in 2 heaps at the entering in of the gate until morning. And it came to pass in the morning that he went out and stood and said to all the people, Ye be righteous. Behold, I conspired against my master and slew him. But who slew all these? Know now that there shall fall unto the earth nothing of the word of the Lord, which the Lord spake concerning the house of Ahab. For the Lord hath done that which he spake by his servant Elijah. So Jehu slew all that remained of the house of Ahab in Jezreel, and all his great men, and his kinsfolk, and his priests, until he left him none remaining. So the whole family, the whole household, not just direct relatives, but his priests, all the people that waited on him, he killed them all. And I like this. A lot of people may think that having the families where Ahab's sons were staying kill them was just, this is just a mean, cruel thing to do, but he explains why he did it here. He said, look, yes, I conspired and killed the king, but you have joined me. In other words, he did this so that they could not back out. Once this was done, they were in it. They could not get out. They were the ones that killed Ahab's sons. They had brought themselves into this conspiracy completely. It will ensure their loyalty to Jehu, because now, if Jehu is not made king, all of them are liable. It's actually a very good strategy. It may seem cruel, and it is a little bit cruel, but it was a very good strategy on Jehu's part. Verse 12. And he arose and departed and came to Samaria. And as he was at the shearing house in the way, Jehu met with the brethren of Ahaziah, king of Judah, and said, Who are ye? And they answered, We are the brethren of Ahaziah, and we go down to salute the children of the king and the children of the queen. And he said, Take them alive. And they took them alive, and slew them at the pit of the shearing house, even 42 men. Neither left he any of them. Well, this is men from Judah. This is other men of the household of Ahaziah coming to pay respects, you might say, to Jehoram and his wife. They're coming to meet the king of Israel. They're probably coming to join Ahaziah, who was already there. Now, he killed Ahaziah already, and when these men come and say, oh, we're coming to meet the king and everything, he's like, well, you're in league with the guy that I just killed. Now, if he just lets them go, there's the chance that because Judah was in league with the king of Israel, that if these men get back to Judah, they will raise an army to come and attack Jehu, to come and try and drive him out and get revenge for the death of Jehoram. So again, I think this is more strategy than anything else. He's like, no, we can't let him live. In order to secure his throne, in order to secure himself on the throne, they couldn't live. And since they were in league with the king of Israel, they posed a danger. Now, we will finish this out here. Verse 15. And when he was departed thence, he lighted on Jehonadab, the son of Rechab, coming to meet him. And he saluted him and said to him, Is thine heart right, as my heart is with thy heart? And Jehonadab answered, It is. If it be, give me thine hand. And he gave him his hand, and he took him up to him into the chariot. And he said, Come with me, and see my zeal for the Lord. So they made him ride in his chariot. And when he came to Samaria, he slew all that remained unto Ahab in Samaria, till he had destroyed him, according to the saying of the Lord, which he spake to Elijah. With a little cross-referencing in there, Jehonadab seems to be a descendant of Jethro. He's not a direct Israelite. Well, I mean, they're probably intermarried by now, but the Rechabites are a branch of the Kenites, which are the descendants of Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses. These were Midianites who came to dwell among Israel during the time of the Judges. Early on in the time of the Judges, this was a group of Midianites that came to dwell among Israel. And so they're not they're not fully Israelites. Even they're probably intermarried by now, but they're not fully Israelite. Why he appears in the story, I don't know, but he would have been from Judah too. They're listed in Chronicles as scribes in Judah. He comes and he makes himself, he allies himself with Jehu, and so he feel the need to kill him, go together. But remember, Jehu is zealous here to complete the prophecy of Elijah. It's referenced several times in both chapters 9 and 10 that what he's doing is to fulfill the prophecy of Elijah, and he knows he's doing it, and he wants to do it in every particular to make sure that it does happen. I find that very interesting. I'm going to leave that here, and we will finish this chapter and read a little bit more about Jehu in the next video. See you then.